This little boy is autistic. People who haven't encountered autism might think that these children simply shut themselves off from the world, but the reality is far more serious. One day, when his mother had just entered her room to change clothes, her son accidentally locked her inside. When she realized what had happened, she called out loudly for help, but the boy had already gone silent. She remembered that the front door was still unlocked, which made her extremely anxious. She pounded on the bedroom door with all her strength and even tried using tools to pry it open, but nothing worked. Then she heard the sound of a cup breaking outside. The boy paid no attention to his mother's calls and simply grabbed his juice to watch his favorite cartoon. When the mother finally heard the TV, she breathed a sigh of relief. At least her autistic son hadn't run outside. But then a gust of wind slammed the front door shut, and her anxiety returned immediately. Now she could no longer hear the TV from the living room, only the sound of car horns. Thinking of the worst possibility, she completely broke down, desperately shouting for someone to help her. When she could no longer hear any sounds from outside, she fell into complete despair. Just then, the bedroom door finally opened. Seeing her son standing before her, she excitedly embraced him. Incidents like this happened frequently because of her son's autism. He couldn't connect with anyone, not even his biological parents. Whenever anything didn't go his way, he would have a meltdown regardless of the circumstances. When a child is ill, it's the parents who suffer. They had tried every possible method, but nothing worked, until Grandma suggested they adopt a dog. For the first time, the boy showed curiosity about something from the outside world. That evening, he actually dragged his blanket downstairs, spread it in the doghouse, gently carried Thomas inside, and told him it was time to sleep. This simple sentence shocked the entire family, because it was the first time the boy had voluntarily spoken to express himself. Since Thomas arrived, the boy seemed like a different person. He even took on the responsibility of feeding Thomas. When his father noticed Thomas relieving himself indoors, his mother seized the opportunity to teach her son that when going to the bathroom, one should go outside so the house wouldn't smell or become dirty. The boy seemed to understand something. To help him better comprehend, his mother took him outside to show him how the dog went to the bathroom outdoors. The next day at school, he suddenly told his teacher he wanted to use the restroom. The teacher stared at him in disbelief. The little boy explained that he didn't want the house to smell bad and be dirty. Changing pants for these autistic children had become part of the teacher's daily routine, but she never expected that the most severely autistic child in the class would voluntarily ask to use the bathroom. With the dog's companionship, the boy gradually began to change, though only in his interactions with the dog. Whenever adults said words he didn't like, he would immediately have an outburst. Seeing her son return to his previous state, the mother didn't know what to do. When he had meltdowns, nothing the couple did could calm him down. Looking at Thomas nearby, the father suddenly had an idea. In desperation, he cleverly imitated the dog's voice. "I hate it when you cry. It makes me feel worried. Can you please stop crying?" Surprisingly, the boy immediately quieted down and even apologized to Thomas. This seemingly absurd behavior actually worked on their son, leaving both parents amazed. Thomas had become a bridge of communication between them and their son. The mother felt helpless, but compared to her son's previous coldness, she was quite satisfied. But that night, when their son came to call Thomas to sleep together, he said, "No more playing with Daddy, time for bed."